Yeah, hello, my name is Andreas Bieler and I'm a professor in political economy. In this short video I would like to introduce briefly Realist IR Theory, comprised of three core assumptions which are complemented by three secondary assumptions. As far as core neorealist assumptions are concerned, first of all, states are deemed to be the main actors, operating in a rational, utility-maximizing way. Now, neorealists are very clear that there are also other actors in IR, international organizations, transnational corporations, but they argue that if you want to analyze in a scientific way developments in IR, we need to concentrate on those actors who are really count, and this is states only. Secondly, neorealists argue that the international system is characterized by anarchy because we don't have this kind of overarching authority being able to keep the various states under control. As a result, regardless of what the domestic constitution of states is, whether they're democratic, whether they're authoritarian, the national interest of all states as functionally similar units is the maximization of power in order to ensure the state's survival. Thirdly, the most important explanatory variable is the distribution of economic and military capabilities. And importantly, this is considered to be a system-level variable. So it's not just an issue about how many capabilities state A has when we want to explain something in international relations. No, we need to compare these capabilities with the economic and military capabilities of other states. And it's only this relationship of different levels of capabilities which will allow us then in turn to explain a particular occurrence in international relations. These three main assumptions are complemented by three further, I would argue, secondary neorealist assumptions. First of all, in general, for neorealists, war is common in international relations. In a struggle of every state against everyone else, against the background of anarchy, this is just how international relations is. However, in special circumstances, when the big powers, two or more, balance each other, then for a temporary period we would be able to ensure a peaceful order. Secondly, as far as international regimes are concerned, again, neorealists appreciate that there are also other actors in IR. However, for neorealists, regimes are simply a reflection of the underlying power structure. So rather than analyzing regimes, if we really want to come to grips with developments in IR, we need to look at states themselves, which constitute that underlying power structure. Because if this structure changes, regimes will change too, or will simply cease to function, will cease to exist. And finally, as far as international cooperation is concerned, neorealists are very skeptical. For them, really, states hesitate to cooperate, because cooperation could imply that your partner gains more than yourself, putting you in a disadvantageous position as far as the distribution of military and economic capabilities is concerned. However, there's one exceptional situation. In times of hegemonic stability, a unipolar structure, when one state is so predominantly powerful as far as economic and military capabilities are concerned, then we may have a situation of international cooperation because this overpowerful state is able to enforce its rules on all the other states. People refer at times to the United States at this point in time as such a kind of hegemon implementing its orders across the world. Now, when evaluating neorealism, its supporters would argue that its parsimony, the fact that complex developments in IR can be explained by referring to a rather small number of assumptions, can be explained. Supporters of neorealist IR would argue that this parsimony is the strength of the approach. And perhaps it is parsimony which also makes it so attractive for scholars of IR, students and members of staff alike. Critics, however, point out that considering the rather much more complex reality, be it today with globalization, be it in the past with a transition from feudalism to capitalism, for example, then actually this simplicity, this small number of assumptions of neorealism is actually its fundamental weakness. Thank you.